Epic rap battles in history! Ivan the Terrible versus Henry the Eighth!
Jello Beats, holla at me!
In Russia, I'm some hot leader. Like I took to Stacy when I shot people. Like you see him fall, then he dropped people. Monte keep it on him, he didn't drop Spaniards. In Sugar, he be wildin', he's some hot leader. Try to keep them shots, leader. Running through these wires till I pass out. And Shorty give me money till I pass out. I swear to God, all I have is bad luck. And if you ain't a wife, get up on my trap castle. I've been killing my wife since like the 5th grade. Really never made no difference what Henry made. Atlanta taught me how to flip them packs and how to maintain. Get that money back and spend it on the same thing. Russians like the way that I ball out. I be getting lives till I fall out. You be getting cash, dog. All I do is I go all out. Henry jealous of the way that I floss out. For Grizzy though, let all of my dogs out. Mama said no scaredy cats inside the dog castle. That's what got my daddy killed when I was 3. We gon' pull up in the highway like we cops on them. We gon' kill the Spanish like we gonna put some shots on them. I send a little messenger to send that drop on him. She gon' call me back and I'ma stick the hots on him. Henry ain't not a savage, that's what we are. Grandma shooters dressed in G-Star. GS9, I beat so hard. Killed my 6th wife about a week ago.
I am Henry the 8th, grand lover of my time. I had many lovers, but that's not a crime. The pleasure I give comes with the bed. But your idea of love comes with beating instead. At least my love didn't leave me sick, whereas you ended up getting syphilis. My heir was a daughter, yours was a son. But when you knocked him on the head, it was done. I was real rich, I never looked to fight. But you will kill to just run a right. I had power and honor and got all the girls. But your people hated you, and your country plagued with war. You killed thousands merciless, without a thought. But I'm on the down low, with poison in a boiling pot.
Philip the Second versus Elizabeth the First.
I'm King Philip, King of Spain. I'm a great supporter of the militant Catholic faith. I've ruled from 1556 to 1598. King Philip, nah, I like King the Great. I was strictly devoted to the Catholic belief, which gave Queen Elizabeth, the Protestant, a fair amount of grief. I crushed the Turks' rebellion, unlike Queen Elizabeth, who was a little hellion. The nobles resented my power, so I sent 10,000 troops to make them cower. My reign came to an end in 1598. I left my successor with the Spanish fate. As for Queen Elizabeth, she died broken-hearted and alone, without an heir to take her throne.
I'm Elizabeth Tudor, and I was very Protestant and very tolerant, as I ascended the throne in 1558. I repealed laws favoring Catholics, created a new act of supremacy. They acceptably named me the only supreme governor of church and state. I was common in foreign affairs, but I had acceptance keeping Francis from becoming king. I tried to keep a balance, but I could not escape from my main Spain. Philip tried to flirt with England to convert Protestantism to Catholicism. I sent in a martyr, a group of worships to attack England. The group sail had no crew nor ships to be victorious. The Spanish was beat up in numerous fights and finally sailed back to where they came from. In Scotland and Ireland, where there were many storms which wrecked ships. I'm the best queen because Philip was acting like a teen, being biased to cast style.
Henry the Fourth versus James the First. Begin.
December 13th, 1553, a legend came to be. Henry IV went down in history, and now it's time to bring James I misery. Henry was born in France, James I doesn't even know how to dance, looking like he's got ants in his pants. Henry IV was anointed with the holy oil. This rhyme is getting hot and about to boil. All the riches I've got, my mama say I'm spoiled, and with James I, the throne was soiled. On the 30th of April, 1598, Henry IV declared the Edict of Nantes.
Only with one vision to end the French wars of religion, we about to send this rap on the foot of a pigeon. Sent to James I, this rap about to put him in a hearse, his life about to be cursed. This is a freestyle, no need to rehearse. About to bring James the first name, but who's to blame? It's on yourself, so don't inconvenience yourself. You worship the divine right of kings, why don't you show some respect and kiss the dial on my ring? Henry died in 1610, he left the world without amends. 12 attempted assassinations, but one worked. In the shadows, Ravaillac lurked. Protestants considered him a traitor, and that eventually killed him later.
In 1566 to 1625, I ruled Scotland and England, but both did not oblige. Parliament was too tight on if England could provide. I believe I received all my power from God. I am not a fraud. I'm the first to call England Great Britain, and the rest is still unwritten. The Peruvians disagreed with me, and then they went down in history. Henry IV wasn't a good guy. He was banished for 10 years. I wonder why. His skull was found in 2012, and where you might ask, our tax collector shelf. Now don't be surprised by that. He had at least 56 mistresses, and that's a fact. Now go along and see what happens when Henry IV starts a rapping.
Charles I versus Oliver Cromwell. Bring it!
My name is Charles I. I've been supported by the royalists. My conflicts are with the roundheads and the government. I ruled the country England before my execution. I'm rapping more original than the king ever could. Yeah, you heard me. That's right, comma. You can't kill this kingdom vibe that I've been given by God. So, make a way for Charles I, or you won't live until next Wednesday. There, I said it. I'm the greatest king in all of England. What say you, Oliver? Now, what are you going to do about it and your little French parliament?
I'm Oliver Cromwell. I'm here to drop these sick beats on you. Charles I thought he was chosen by the king. That's just his thing. You keep losing all of your followers, you don't have any voice. Even the lawmakers didn't agree with you, you're just a little pea. You made people pay for shit money. That isn't so funny, sonny. I'm smart and don't make stupid decisions. Those are my visions. That's the reason why you lost everything. That's the end.
William of Orange versus Bloody Mary. Begin.
I, William, was born in 1533 at Dillenburg Castle, which is now Germany. Parliament did not want James' son to assume the throne, so they thought he needed to be overthrown. James II was my father-in-law, so it was his turn to withdraw. I was invited to rule by Parliament, the glorious revolution England later underwent. James suddenly fled, so not a lot of blood was shed. Then came along the Bill of Rights. Armies could be raised only with Parliament's delight. It created a base on the rule of law, and a freely elected Parliament everyone eventually saw. Louis XIV was my biggest enemy. Can't forget about the fact of the Separation Act. Now let's go along to Bloody Mary. I would simply say she is crazy. She suffered from depression, and everyone have a different expression. She didn't have an heir to the throne. She left her honestly, completely alone.
I ruled for 3 years and I was the only surviving child of me ma, Catherine of Aragon, and me pa, Henry VIII. I was a Catholic who wanted to restore England's free religion to a Roman Catholicism. I killed over 280 people for being Protestant to show my way through my terms, earning my rightful nickname, Bloody Mary. changed priests to the old ways so no more priests could be oh so merry with their merry wife. At least I didn't marry my daughter.
Peter the Great versus Louis the 14th. Begin.
I am Peter the Great, and I'm here to tell you a story about me. See, I was never like the rest. Of the rest of the kings, I only heard the bells twice with the bandage that rested on my left hand. Never made a single drop of blood until my son disobeyed me and tried to make me spill. I was done with him. Even though he was my only surviving son, he kills me to do so. When I came into power, I had a great vision to the future decision that would devour any countries, and then try to end us. We'll get bent in half and roll alive when we finish our job. I improved rush by a turn of a finger. I've learned a lot, but I learned most how to be a winner. I had things that digs in every man's ego, and that was to ban beards. Kinda weird being the leader. But I got an upside, that I believe in true love. I bumped into two dope birds that, now, didn't you hear before? When I passed this, it was a blur for the parents to contrast. An uprising came upon him, but it didn't dot me. And I lose the 14th. You may have a hard life, but at least your own son didn't try to knife you. It doesn't give you any right to be a sun god. To be honest, you're really odd. Why would you replace your legs with girls? For your purpose, you're kinda odd. You're more like a goddess, but when it looks like bees stab you all over the place. In my cause, I'm true to my future people. I'm more secure with my body than looking like a sloppy mess. So my chest is up in the air with triumph. I dump the best lines, but remember, I doubt your rulings. My ratings are higher than the sky. Don't plead, alright?
I'm Louis the 14th. I did good in many ways. I had France become a modern state, what led to a good fate. I put bureaucracy into action, in a practical theory of a politic, not like Peter, that hypocrite. I came into power when I was just a boy. Instead of playing with toys, I was ruling with the big boys. I really like Apollo, he was really dope. I'm not talking about the dudes that went to space, but if Peter the Wimp got asked, he would have said no. But the dudes in the chariot flying high in the sky, Peter the Great wasn't even cool. He may have saved a guy from drowning, but it was probably in a kiddie pool. Peter the Great took his son's last breath by torturing him to death. Peter the Great gave himself that name because he thought he deserved all the fame, but in reality, he was really lame. God gave Peter the not-so-great green because he was so mean. And he was late to sit with the poor because he couldn't even to sit with the poor at church because he couldn't even fit through the 6-foot-tall door. I knew the Three Musketeers. They always wanted to fight. If somebody asked them to fight, they'd be like, all right. I started absolutism, which is total power. Not like Peter started studism within his first hour in powers. Absolutism started with happiness at Versailles Palace, while Peter started everything with malice. I started an anti-Huguenot policy in France, and all Peter did was kill people with his lance. My foreign policy was really good. It was straight OG like me and the hood. I showed you who's the real rat king, so now you can go sit with the peasants and sing.